being a provider or being a parent.
I have the freedom and the time to give to my family.
And I didn't have my dad in my life, so
I'm so broke I can't even pay attention.
I have to be different. What am I gonna do? So
Hello, team. Happy Wednesday and welcome back to our weekly reunion, our weekly gathering. My name is Elias Salazar, and all the way from South Florida, I greet you and I say, what's good? What's happened? And it's 9 p.m. here in Florida. It's rainy in South Florida. It's nice and cool. It's been hot all day, and I hope you've had a wonderful Wednesday. Today we have an amazing day. Hey, you still have some minutes to share this link with your friends, family, people who you know that might need to hear this information, because there is something that most people are looking for in these times of change, because many things are changing, and it's opportunities. Opportunities to better their finances, opportunities to provide better health, opportunities to stabilize their lifestyle, because economy is going up and down, but the people who are adapting to change are the ones who are making the money nowadays. There's a saying, and if you want to write it down, because it really hit me hard when I heard it, it's a very important saying. It says, crisis is a consequence of not adapting to changes. Because if we don't adapt, we suffer the crisis. And people here are looking for options to solve this crisis. And this is the perfect time, the perfect moment, the perfect information for those people who are searching for opportunities to resolve this crisis. So share this link. Tell your people, tell your friends, tell your family, hey, connect, we're ready to start. And today, we have amazing speakers. Today, I have the privilege and the honor to talk to and ask questions to great men, because it is I think Father's Day month, and here in the U.S. we all know what a father, and hope so. I really hope that we all know what a father represents. In my case, my dad is somebody who nurtures, and a father is somebody who gives advice. A father is somebody who cares for you. A father is somebody who fights for you in the moments of need, who protects you, who wants your well-being. A father, with not disrespecting mothers, obviously, but we're talking about fathers, focusing with fathers, because most of the times, since forever, mostly, fathers are the ones that provides. Today, now it's women and men, but fathers in general are always there to protect their kids, to be that wall, that shield against anything that comes. And right now we have three fathers, we have three men who, aside from being parents, who aside from having families, they have built organizations, built families, had kids within this business, nurtured them, guided them, providing them a path. They've been that wall, they've been that inspiration. They have given a lot of people these footsteps for them to follow. And it's a really great privilege to interview, talk to them, because they're from many stages. Here you're gonna hear parents or fathers who are having results, fathers who are working for the next level. And we're gonna have a father here who has made it all the way to the top, and that man has a lot to teach us. So without further ado, please help me welcome to the virtual stage, all the way from Jersey, Omar, and all the way from Florida, Dan, and please, all the way from California, Dave Daughtrey. Here we are. Gentlemen, thank you for being here with us. It is a great honor, privilege, and happiness to have some time to spend with you guys. And right now I have a few questions that I'm going to go around with this situation, with these topics, because people want to know, hey, what do these guys have to offer? What information they have to provide? But hey, me as a father, me as a parent. Also, if you're a mother, there's mothers who are also father and mother for their kids. You're also here counting. So if you have kids, you're going to see how these men have been able to not only be providers, be a parent, but also business people, businessmen, and guiding other parents, men, women, to become business leaders, businessmen, with this opportunity. So let me start. Let's start with let's see, East Coast, because we'll go to the West Coast in a minute. Let's start with East Coast here. Dan, how are you doing? And I'm going to ask you a quick question. Dan, all the way from Florida. Tell me about what do you do for a living, and what made you want to do this type of business, with aside from what you're doing? What caused you to become an entrepreneur in network marketing, and what made you want to step into this industry to build the future, or build another lifestyle?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here, like Elias, and be among leaders like Dave and Omar. I'm not up there yet, but they're an inspiration to me. So just to be here with them is an honor. So thank you for having me. What do I do? I'm an interior designer. I have the privilege to actually. I'm very handy with everything. I have a little bit of gift with the art and drawing and stuff like that. And that's one of the things that I always wanted to do. I always wanted to be in architecture, be in design. And moving from Puerto Rico to United States, I wasn't able to finish my degree in architecture, so I finished it in design, interior design.
Okay.
And it's my passion, but I will tell you this: after being out there for like a certain period of time and seeing how the system, how everything is working, the traditional way of making money, it's not going to allow me to have the freedom that we all want.
Okay.
And that's one of the things that caught my eye about this opportunity, because I knew about everything, I knew about the business, I knew about the product. I have the privilege to be best friends with Angel Molina, which is one of the top leaders in this company. And I knew about the business, but the freedom is the one thing that caught my eye about it. I'm not one to work in someone else's dream. I always wanted to work on my dream. And knowing that this opportunity allowed me to work on my dream, allowed me to be the father that I wanted to be, because ultimately it's about time, so that I have the freedom and the time to give to my family at some point. That's what brought me here.
Okay, that's great. So that you want to reach that freedom, that freedom, like cause that inner fire for you to step into something that probably wasn't what you were studying or what you do as a profession.
Correct.
Awesome. That's awesome. Now, really quick, for Omar, there has to be a situation. Thank you, Dan. We'll come back to you. So Omar, all the way from Jersey, there had to be something that happened in your life. There had to be a circumstance, situation of tired being. What exact moment made you go click? I have to do this business. I have to do this type of an entrepreneurship. Because many times we do want that freedom. Many times we hear about this, but there's a moment in time when we say, I need to take hands into this, or something's going to happen. What share with us that experience, that moment that you said, I need to do this?
Wow, first off, let me say that I am honored to be here tonight. Delighted over here with two amazing Rockstar entrepreneurs. And I'm honored to be presented by you. We're having an incredible time here tonight. I'm really glad. So for me, my story is a little different than many out there. I had a defining moment when I saw myself. Well, first off, I didn't grow up with my dad. So he wasn't, in my life until like 16 years old. So I had that feeling of, I don't want that to happen to my kids. But then I come over here to US, and all this magical dream of you're going to come to the land of free and make a lot of money. So when I got here since year 2000, it was about work. And you want to make more money, you got to work. So early 2013, I was working two jobs. I was working unloading trucks with rugs, boxes, and then I was having a part-time, and on the weekends I would cut some hair. So there was a moment where I said, and I'm gonna use the words of JT, he says, I had to decide whether just being a provider or being a parent. You can't lose both, but both important. And I didn't have my dad in my life, so I have to be different. What am I going to do? So I met this opportunity through Jose Camacho at church while trying to get another job. He got me the job where now I'm a barber for trade, but I paint trains. It has nothing to do. So if you look at it, there's a big disbalance right now with people who study careers or professions, but end up doing something else because that's what you have to do to provide. So I had to provide for my family. But there was a defining moment where I felt that really deep in my heart, where my kids would tell me, you're not around. We don't see you on our birthdays. We don't see you on the weekends. You're always working, and we want to see you. And my kids were going through activities in school. I wasn't there, and my wife would tell me, hey, the kids asked for you. So there was a moment where it just hit me and I said, am I going to do this the rest of my life? Is this what being, the American dream is? Being a provider, and I can provide, but I'm not present with my kids. I can't play with them. So I was looking for alternatives. How can I, maybe make some extra money? Or I joined because of the financial aspect. Then I found a way that I can replace one of the incomes so I could spend more time with my family. And now technology is in our favor where it allows me to work from home. Sometimes I have my grandson here. Yeah, I do have a grandson. For those who don't know, he jumps around, jumps with me. He does videos with me. Now I can work here. And I haven't arrived. I'm not there yet. It's the process. Like I wrote today, once your mind expands to an idea, it will never go back to its original shape or form. You will never go back to thinking of that. So once you meet the power of residual income and you can work from home or any part of the world and you can still be present. I'm a provider. I still have a job, but I'm also present. I've been to my grandson's pre-kinder graduation. I've been to activities in school. I've surprised them sometimes. Oh, they tell me at work, well, you don't have PTO. That's okay. Unpaid day off. Don't worry about that. Unpaid time off, but because I'm paying it myself in a different way. And I'll just show up on a random day. I did that with my son. I went to his graduation, be able to enjoy vacations with them. I could have never done that if I was just working at 2 jobs and in a barbershop. So there was a defining moment where I said, I have to do something different, or I'm never going to see my kids growing up the way I wish.
Wow, that's really powerful. That's impacting. And that's awesome because as you can see, there are different stories. Omar is all the way in New Jersey, Dan is all the way in Florida. Let's go all the way to California here, because now we have, buckle your seatbelts, because here comes something awesome. We have Dave Daughtrey all the way from California. And Dave, thank you for being here. And quick question, you have been in the industry more than us. You are an 8-figure earner in this industry. You've seen how the economy has evolved within this opportunity. You've seen crises. You've seen 2020. You've seen 2008 here in the US. You've seen all this. In spite of all this, you've managed to persevere in this industry. You managed to build a legacy, an empire, and we wish to reach this result. As an entrepreneur within these characteristics, with these features, these results, in the beginning, as a parent, while you were starting and also having a family at the same time, because sometimes we see people like you all the way to the top, but we think that was microwave effort, that, oh, look, he's all the way to the top from one day to another, but there's a process behind all that. So tell us a little bit about the situations you were living when you started and the processes that made you decide that this was the opportunity you wanted to work in to change your life, and how as a father has it helped you and also helped others.
Well, great. Thanks, Elias, for first of all inviting me. Thanks everyone for joining today. Happy early Father's Day to all the fathers that are out there listening. Yeah, when I joined For Life, I would tell as a joke, but it was a serious matter. I'm so broke I can't even pay attention. It was bad. And Gabby and I were dating. We weren't married yet. And she has 2 kids from a previous marriage. I have a child from a previous marriage. And so I had this, deep desire to have a family, to be able to provide. We talked about providing. Look, us men, we're kind of macho, we want our kids to have everything. We want our family to have everything. And we're proud when we can provide. So For Life came into my life at a time of urgency. And I was living alone in a little apartment, had no car. So there was a bit of a benefit to that. I couldn't go anywhere except up, because things were pretty bad. I didn't even have any furniture. I was sleeping on the floor in a futon. Now, I'd been successful before in this industry. In fact, I've been very successful. At one time, I had a plane, I had a yacht, I had Mercedes in the driveway, BMW in the garage. I lived in Laguna, California. If you know Laguna, it's a beautiful place. But I lost it all. But I didn't lose my dreams. And I had experiences. I developed skills. Nobody can take those away from you, ever. And so my motivation, really, my purpose was family, was our kids, providing for Gabby. So when I started, check this out. So Gabby and I get married. I move into her place. She had a house. I didn't have a house. So I moved in.
She says two.
Yeah, she had two houses. She was renting one and she had another house. The one that she was living in was a 2-story house. She was renting out the 1-story house. And so I took one of the bedrooms and basically turned it into a little office, and I locked myself in there. Seriously. I was in there from 8 to faint, every day, talking, making friendships, talking to people. I met Jeff Gilbert's that way. Met all kinds of people that I have in my downline. I met Arminio that way. I met Dr. Emilio Nevarez. I met Ezra Cabrera. These are people that you all know, but I met them first over the phone. And it's kind of like going on a scavenger hunt. I was hunting for people that were hungry like me. Mm-hmm. And so there was no, and I think this is a benefit to me, honestly, there was no Facebook, no Google, no social media, none of that. So it was really me talking to people and always asking if you knew somebody that was interested in making a little bit of money with this new product, new company, we're getting started. And I was very honest about it all. Wasn't trying to oversell anybody, wasn't trying to, be a con person. Hey, people that didn't believe me, that's life, that's just the way it is. I mean, come on, not everyone's gonna just jump in. And so, but that's how it started out. Yes, in the beginning, and even today, it's work, and I worked hard. You look at any successful person from Elon Musk, to the late Steve Jobs, people that we might, look up to in the business world. They went through the process as well. It didn't happen overnight. You see, you build it. And that's what I love about this. It's something that you build. But yeah, we've raised 5 kids. 2 of them were born in For Life. Brandon was born in 2000, January 8th. Ryan was born in 2002, January 3rd. My birthday is April 8th. Gabby and I got married on January 8th.
Oh, nice.
And so there's a lot. Gabby's birthday is July 8th. So there's a lot of 8s, in the family. But I'm very proud of this too. I mean, we've got, obviously, excuse the stuff back there, the paperwork, but you see the 3 trophies. There actually is a couple of more. I need to probably get them from For Life, but we've got a platinum, 3 golds, and 2 bronzes in our family.
Wow, that's fantastic. Now, for people who don't understand what platinum, golds, and bronzes mean, it requires platinum is 7 to 8 figure earners, golds are 6 to 7 figure earners, bronzes are somewhere going toward golds. So they're successful people. And as you can see, Dave is a millionaire maker machine because he has built and created many millionaires in this opportunity. And that is why we have him here, because we want to learn from the best. And thank you, Dave, as a father, to all of us as well, because we are under your umbrella, under your guidance as well. We appreciate your care, your wisdom, and like a father, you wish the best for every single one of us. So as you can see, there is a great purpose for doing this as a father as well, with the topic and everything. Thank you, Dave. And something Dave mentioned was hard work, right? He said something important, hard work. Now, Dan, I understand that you have your company in design, right? Your interior design company.
Yes.
Now, and this time, Dan, being a business owner, right? Opportunities out there. Would you recommend for people to open different businesses the traditional way to make more money? Is that the best way to go right now? Because you have your own right now and you're doing this aside, but this is not a traditional business. So in your opinion, is what option do you think? Do you think people should do the same or go to school? What options do you give? Why is this your option?
Well, I'm going to say this, and of course you can take it as you want, but in my experience today, the way it is, this business is hands down the best way to do business. Number one, low cost. If for any business, at least for my permits for my LLC, I have to pay $270, and then I'm still waiting for some things to come through. And I had to invest in a computer. I had to invest in software, which, at the end, in the grand scheme of everything, is cheap. on their business, but I'm going to end up investing thousands of dollars just to start. And just to give you a quick example for design or an architecture company, you know, I have to have AutoCAD, which is one of the software we need to have. Now, the cheapest one is $3,000 a year you paying for the license, for a commercial license for design. Luckily for me, because I am a one-man band, I was able to get it under student, but this is going to change real quick once I start growing. So you're looking at an expensive $3,000 a year just in that, and not to mention taxes and all this stuff. So when you come out, I would say, hands down, this is the best business today to start. Many benefits. You know, you can do it from anywhere. Right now, if I need to meet with someone, yes, you know, I can go meet in their house, but I got to be in my house, or I got to be somewhere else. I got to have a computer to do my things, to do my software. And unfortunately, I cannot connect with my software from everywhere. Yeah. With this, I can do it from wherever. I can be on vacation and I can be contacting people and doing a presentation. It is 9 o'clock today. It's like, what, 6:30 in California? And we are like here, you know, doing this. My kids are out there watching TV or playing video games. And my wife is sitting right next to me here. So, you know, this is one of the benefits. So you can't do this with your family, you know, from anywhere in the world. And this is, all the professionals will tell you this, you know, Robert Kiyosaki, Donald Trump, you know, Paul St. Piercer, Tony Robbins, you name it, they will say number one business right now to open would be a network marketing business. And I love this thing.
Awesome. So the fact that you can have more, you don't have to invest in so much overhead, you don't go through so much risk, that provides you also with time and security for you to build a business on the side and have time with your family, which is what every parent wants. They want time with their kids. They want time with their wives. They want time with their spouses. And that's the most important factor and resource in lifetime. And as a father, now going all the way to your Jersey with Omar, the company, the opportunity that we're in right now. Dave said something very important about hard work. Dan just mentioned that traditional businesses right now are very expensive to build, to start, to maintain, to sustain. They take time. Now, this opportunity for you, Omar, with the little overhead, that share with us a little bit about how much is it? Like how little is this overhead or investment? Sorry, that's the word, investment. How little is this investment? And the benefits that it provides as a parent, as an employee. Why is it for you the best option right now?
Awesome. Thank you. That's a great question. And yeah, well, it's really, if you, in today's economy, if you look at it, it's less than a Starbucks coffee every day. You're throwing money out there and basically we're already spending it. You know, before I started this opportunity and I even joined, I was already buying some stuff at Walmart, some stuff at GNC to try to, you know, at least have some type of health. But this has your own shop, your own store, virtual online store, for, like I said, less than a coffee a day, maybe. It's like $200 a month, less than that. You have a global business. You have an app with a CRM, the flexibility of, you know, being able to do your follow up with everything that you're doing in spite of everything else. Because sometimes I get here, I got to cook too. I don't have to, but I like to. My wife's like, no, I got it. Like, nah, you know, I want to feel that sense of I could do it too. So I'll cook, I'll clean, or if I'll help out, but I'm still doing my business. Oh, wait, let me get some minutes. I'll send some messages, reply, get them in there. So not just the cost, but the value that you're getting in the comfort of your hands. There's no way to beat that. Hands down, like Dan said, the lowest risk, lowest overhead, lowest investment you can ever even possible. And yes, there is an investment because people think, well, I'm going to get rich without putting anything. That it don't work like that, especially in today's world. Even I can use an example today. A lot of people do Uber and Lyft, right? So even if you do Uber, guess what? You got to put gas. You got to, you know, take care of it once in a while. Change the oil frequently more. If you're in Jersey, in my area, there's like tolls every 2 blocks. So you hop on a toll, you're paying tolls everywhere. So there's money, there's investment in anything you do. But the biggest blessing is it's a very low investment compared to what you could get back. Now you can 10x it, you can 100x, you can 1000x your return, your ROI if you do it professionally if you do it right. And that's what we teach people, how to do it right. Well, I'm learning, and I'm learning with Dave and everybody else's. We learned how to do it right. I want to be able, and I told this to my wife, she just walked out to take my son to work. I said, I want to have like those same honeymoons that my uplines have. Jennifer and Joel, they've been having like 1 or 2 honeymoons a year for the last 10 years. That's what I want.
Those Bora honeymoons are fun, aren't they, Jennifer? Anyways, that will be for another topic, though. How to become a parent? Okay, we'll go there in another day. So great things are happening right now with this opportunity. Now we've seen that Dan, Dave, and also Omar speak about people connecting with people. Dave, you as a businessman, many people don't understand that. Oh, I have to talk to people. I have to talk to people. Well, you have to procreate to make people. People are everywhere. The money doesn't fly out of your pocket. People move the money. As a businessman, what can you tell us or show or share with us, that's the word, about the company that we represent, the reason why you're here, and why we're connecting with so much people, why we love connecting with people, because just like you are a father to us, we have a great man also leading this company, 2 men doing great leadership in this company, and as fathers and examples, they're helping us build our dreams. So tell us about the company a little bit, Dave, and why we love connecting with people.
Sure. Really, the number one reason I joined For Life was because of David Lisenby. As I mentioned earlier, I'd already had success in this business. I love the business model of networking. I understand there's people out there that are extremely reclusive, introverts. Maybe they're a software programmer that just is afraid to talk to anybody. Yeah, sure. But you know what? For the most part, human beings need to interact, right? I've never met anybody yet that says they have a cell phone with no contacts on it, right? Everybody knows somebody. And so when I was introduced to this opportunity, I told Gabby, my wife, I said, this product sounds amazing. The results I've gotten using Transfer Factor has been phenomenal. I fell in love with the product. Well, now, if I'm going to look at it as a business, number one, know your business partner. I mean, would you marry somebody you don't know? I know it happens in some countries, arranged marriages, but for the most part, you're going to want to know the person you're going to spend your entire life with, or forever with, for that matter. So the same way in business, know who your business partner is. Who's your business partner for life? They provide the products, they create the culture, they administrate the company. You depend on them. If they stop doing their job, our business, basically, it's all for naught. It's in vain, because we can't survive. We can't make it without the company. So I had to go take a look at the company. Gabby and I were in San Diego. Company's in Utah. It's an 1.5-hour flight. My father lives in Utah. I grew up in Utah. So we went up there and met David Lisenby on October 20th, 1998. And that day changed our lives. After sitting down with David Lisenby and talking to him and asking him some serious questions that were important to me, like, what's your exit strategy? Most people start a business, they have an exit strategy. You're going to sell the company. You want to take it public. What's your exit strategy? Because if you're going to sell it, I'm not interested. I don't want to be sold off. If you're going to take it public, I'm not interested either, because now you depend on the public domain for your company to make decisions. A private company that wants to build a legacy. And that's exactly what he said. So I said, you know what? With or without Gabby and I, this company will be successful. So I signed an application, put it on David Lisenby's desk. Funny thing is, I had no sponsor.
Oh, wow.
Dr. McCausland was the one that sent me the bottle, and he was the first chief scientific officer at For Life, and he can't sponsor anybody. He's a For Life executive. So I just told David Lisenby, put me wherever you want. If it is to be, it's up to me. And so he put me, there's 11 in my upline. So basically 12 down below, but real quick on the whole social thing. Look, if you want to succeed at anything, even if it's your job, if you want to move up what they call the corporate ladder, it's not a ladder, but you just want to move up, the point is that you're going to have to learn, you're going to have to develop skills, no matter what you do. Well, here you develop these skills and they last your entire life. Social skills are important. Communication skills are important. Leadership skills are important. All kinds of skills you develop. And that's really why I love this business. And for me, one of the purposes today that I keep doing this after 25 years, I don't have to do it for money. I've made a lot of money. All right. We're talking tens and tens of millions of dollars. Right. But the purpose for me is watching other people's lives benefit, watching them change, watching them learn and grow and evolve. I don't care who you are, where you live, what your language is, what color you are, what your financial circumstances are. One thing's necessary: desire. You got the desire, the rest will come. You will learn, all right? And you'll develop tenacity. You'll learn about persistence and all that. It's not everybody just jumps in. You'll learn about following up with people, and you'll learn about developing relationships, which, by the way, is a wonderful thing. It brings a lot of joy and happiness, as you meet people. I mean, Gabby and I, we can travel. I'll bet you can throw a dart and a map, and Gabby and I can travel to that place, and there's somebody that knows us or we know, and we could stay in their house.
Awesome. Oh, that's great. That's awesome. So here Dave mentioned something that's really fatherly, and he doesn't need to be here. For those people who are probably new, doesn't know Dave, he's as wealthy and as set as any other successful man out there who doesn't require anybody here for him to keep on going on. But he's still here because his fatherly instinct, his skills, his love for what he does, and for all of us, is always what he said. He wants our success. He wants us to thrive. He wants us to make it all the way to where he's at. What successful person does that intentionally nowadays in that corporate pyramid? I mean, ladder, that corporate ladder pyramid. Anyways, here you have people with success that will guide you to success. And there's nothing as fatherly as that. And there's something we appreciate about this opportunity. So thank you, Dave, for that input. That was awesome. Getting to the end of our interview now, going to Dan. Dan, our company has the greatest science out there. And as a dad, what can you share with us about this product, this science, and why as a father would you take it and also share with your family and kids?
Well, one of the things that we have in the science that we have is called the science of the transfer factor. For those who don't know what transfer factor is it's a molecule that already exists in our body but we can only take it one time when we're born. But our company found a way to provide that for us in an extractor from cow cholesterol and chicken egg yolk. And this molecule, what it does is educate your immune system. It goes through your system, and just think about it, as a bunch of soldiers that are getting ready to fight. It multiplies that and help your body attack any threat that comes into your body. Now, why is it that important for me? We all heard it, all three of us talk about, as fathers, our job is to protect our families, not only to provide, but protect our family. And what better way to provide that for my family? They know that they are going to be protected, they're going to be healthy, that some way, I have the peace, if I want to say it like that, to know that they are going to be ready, whenever something like a pandemic happened. I wasn't scared. I wasn't aware. I knew that we were fine, that we were protected, because we've been taking the products for a long, long time, even before I started the business. So that's for me, that's one of the things, as a father that this does for me. It gives me the not pleasure. Let me look for a word. The relief to know that I provided that for my family. It's some sort of pride as a father. Our jobs as a father is to provide, to protect, and to be a leader. And I like what Dave said, and you said about Dave. This is one of the things that really, really, really like about this business and this company, is that we're all here not only for success, for our own success, but for the success of others. And in that way, same thing as a father, but for my family, it allows me to know that by taking care of them, they are going to be able to be successful.
Awesome. That's great. And now, if you have any questions, if you're here for the first time or you probably don't know what transfer factors are, make sure to contact the person who invited you to this meeting so he or she can provide you with information that's detailed on the product, because you're going to love what this does to your body and to your health. So make sure to ask that person, hey, what's transfer factor? What was he talking about? Now, Omar, as a father in network marketing, you probably have encountered many misconceptions about the industry, about the opportunity. How would you address them, or how do you educate people so they understand and how this works and what this is, and work with these misconceptions that people sometimes say, oh, I've heard about that, I know about that, and they actually don't understand the industry as a whole. But hey, what can you tell us about this?
Well, that's a really good question, and the reason I'm smiling a little more than often is that I gave a follow-up today, and this person. You know what? Let me see if I could just share it on the screen. I don't know if you guys can read there. So this person said, it got me off because I thought this was a pyramid scheme. So that's a very common misconception. And either that, or I don't know, that's a scam. I don't know if I can do this. You have a lot of preconceptions out there that people have it wrong because they don't know. I don't blame them. It's just a lack of knowledge. It's a lack of understanding. And that's where we come in to try our best to educate people on what we do. So one of my questions to that person is, just curious, may I ask you, what is a pyramid to you? He hasn't replied, because a lot of times they don't even know what they're saying. They're repeating off their head what other people say. But what we have is a legit business model that sends you a 1099 every year. You can, it's tax deductible. You got a 30-day money back guarantee. If you buy the product, you decide, you know what, this energy thing didn't really do anything to me, I'm sending it back. The company gives you the money back. They ain't gonna be complaining about anything. You want to get your money back. I mean, I can assure that 99 point something out there of the people who said they don't work, they're just being, they're just being a different person. I don't want to say the word out here tonight. They're being, they're being people who just want to find a bad thing about it. But there's a lot of misconceptions, and people think that only the person on top wins and all that. These are all thoughts because, like you said, the corporate world, if you look at it, hey, the boss is on top, employees on the bottom. You employees will never make the much money as your boss. But today I was having an interview in Spanish with Dave, and he was talking about how he has platinums under him that they reached the top rank before him. So can you explain to me what a pyramid is? Because it looks to me like this is like an hexagon or octagon or something. Everybody's making it. It's not a triangle, definitely. So there's a lot of misconceptions from people. We are here to educate them and become, and if they want to do it professionally, even better. But this is where we have to be patient, but also posture, because a lot of people, they just either repeating what other people say, but if they have genuine doubts and they really want to go down, if you're prepared, then bring it to them. If not, then find somebody who's well-educated and knowledgeable. In my case, I took advantage. I'll take Dave on a Zoom call and kind of like let him bring it. But if I had the knowledge as well, I'll bring it to them. Okay, may I ask you, what is a pyramid to you? No. That's completely illegal. Let me tell you what you're not understanding is that anybody has the opportunity to grow in here. The problem is there's skepticism and there's laziness. So a lot of people expect to, I'm going to sign up. Give me that residual with the sign up. It don't work like that. This is not a contract you sign. And let's say I signed up under Dave. Hey, Dave, all right, I signed up under you. I better have $1,000 next week. Okay, are you doing the work? No, but I signed up under you. You're a platinum. You're a multimillionaire. He worked his back off for it. It don't just work like that. So people need to be educated. That's where we come in as professionals, as networkers, and we bring the right information to them accordingly without being offensive, without, oh no, how dare you? No, I don't even talk about corporate America. No, corporate America. No. Okay, what do you mean by a pyramid? Can we talk? Let's have an open conversation, because I'm sure you have some doubts, misconceptions, common ones, and I would like to clarify them for you. Pyramids don't have a tangible product that you can buy, get at home, you throw money out there. No, this company has the product featured in the doctor's PDR, in case you're doubting the science behind it, featured in the doctor's PDR USA. You buy it from the company sends it to you. And what you do, you open it and take the darn product. It's not like you just magically know. So we have to know what to tell them. I used to get into like debates back then when I was like, you know, I didn't have the knowledge that I've been able to obtain lately or in these past years. But at the beginning, no, what do you mean? No, everything is a pyramid. Your job is a pyramid. Do you make more? No, don't waste your time with people like that. First off, your time is valuable. Ain't nobody going to give you those 10, 20 minutes back. You're going to lose them. I was just saying before our meeting, I lost 40 minutes yesterday. That can't get that back. You can't get time back. So time is precious. Try to be, you know, postured, be well-educated, informative, just educate people in a passive way without getting in rants and let them understand. And if they don't join, because not everybody's going to join, love on them. Totally cool. You just hope we can still be friends. That's it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Now, thank you, Omar. Dave, back to you. We're starting to land this plane now, concluding this interview, and this has been very informative and great. We know that as every person has a family tree, right? Like the grandparents, the parents. There's a tree in this type of business as well. I mean, you have the biggest tree out of them all. You're our greatest ancestor up there, providing all the information down to this massive tree. Share with us a little bit about how is it that people can build income through this opportunity, basic income, and what kind of fatherly principles they have to apply to be successful, because you have to have principles and values to make something work in this business. And as a dad, you can share with us those principles and how to start making some money in this opportunity. Oh, wait, you're mute. Let's see.
There we go.
Awesome.
So with the fatherly principles, I would just say this. I would encourage all of you that whenever you are talking to somebody, when you're presenting the plan, sharing our company, our product, the opportunity, you know, what's the most important is to take an interest, a real interest in that person's needs. Those of us that have children, we're always looking at what their needs are. Everyone's needs are different. Our kids' needs are different. They're all unique. So when you're talking to someone, you don't know whether that person has a health challenge, and you could be talking about getting rich and becoming a millionaire. But let me tell you, if you don't have health, there's only one goal in life: to get your health back. So, you know, take a real interest in that person. That's extremely important, you know. As far as building the network goes, you know, I like what Omar was saying about the pyramid. First of all, any entrepreneur these days, network marketing has been out there enough now that any entrepreneur knows that it's not a pyramid, and especially an illegal one. If it was, all the companies would have been shut down by now. I mean, look at companies like Amway and Herbalife and Forever Living and Shackley. They've been around forever. They're dinosaurs, you know? So it's just, you know, it's just someone who really, you know, excuse my language here, but a little bit of ignorance. They're ignorant. They just don't know, all right? And they probably will just have a job their whole life and just work for someone else, build someone else's dream. And that's okay. Some people they're totally content with that. I'm not. I want more. I want a life of abundance. I want to travel the world. I want to take my family around the world. That's the life I want to live. So building the network. Take a genuine interest in the people that you talk to. And all you need to do is find 3 good people that are willing to want to get involved and build your business, build their business. Upline serves the downline. If you become a good servant, as I'm saying, which just simply means you're there for them. You don't sponsor them. What is a sponsor? A sponsor, seriously, if you sponsored someone that wanted to, you know, come into the country, let's say, you take a responsibility. If you sponsored somebody in any business, there's a responsibility there. Same thing here. What's your responsibility? Well, I feel that you want to try to stay a step ahead of them. What does that mean? I'm not talking about rank. Involvement creates commitment. You're involved, you're learning, you're growing. So that way you can always share with them, help them stay involved, keep them involved. 3, you find 3 that you can work with, then the next skill everyone needs to make sure they develop. Because if you think you're going to go out and build a huge network by sponsoring 1 million people, I've never seen it happen. The way it happens, you work through your people. I mean, Elias, did I sponsor you?
No, sir.
Omar, did I sponsor you? Dan, did I sponsor you?
Nope.
There's only one person here on this call that I sponsored, and that's my wife, Gabby. You see? But why is it, how is it that I've got people all over the world? Because you work through your people. People know people know people. So now you're making new friendships, but someone else is introducing them. Today, every call I did today was with someone who knows someone who knows someone, like with Omar. You know what I'm saying? Did a call, well, actually that was yesterday, Omar, you know, that you introduced me to Jose. You know, I met Jose through you. Now I know Jose. All right. So if you establish that, you know, and you work with your people and through your people, I'm telling you, you can build an empire. It's really that simple. And I'll just say this, it's no different than being at a party, you know, and somebody grabs you and hauls you around the room and says, let me introduce you to so-and-so. And let me introduce you to so-and-so. I don't know if that's ever happened to you. It's happened to me before. There's always a social butterfly at every party. So, but that's how this is, meeting people through people. It's really that simple.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So their basic skills, their fatherly values, and there's fatherly care in this opportunity. Obviously, I repeat, I'm not nothing against moms, but today's topic is fathers. So basically, you need to care for the others, care for those who you bring, just like you care for your kids, because everybody here is your child, is your family, it's within your tree. So it's been a great honor and pleasure for me to talk to you guys and learning from everybody and also getting so much. I hope that every single person in this call also got something and take something with him or her to apply or implement in their business, in their future, in their dreams, because there's nothing better than learning from those who are reaching, those who have made it, those who are working, those who are there to give us a guide and provide those footsteps. So thank you very much, guys, for your time, for your knowledge, for your input. But before we leave, we have 2 announcements.
Hold on, Elias. Hold on, well, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I just want to mention something real quick before we close, because you did mention, you know, treat us like your kids, but there's people who probably be a little harsh on their kids. So I want to encourage to have that empathy, have the love, have the desire of serving, and always guiding people with love, like Dave said, be able to understand them, because sometimes we can get impatient. And if you haven't developed yourself as a leader, which starts at home, you need to be more understanding. You need to be more empathic listener, and you need to be able to find exactly where you want to guide them through with love. So I just wanted to say that before anybody says, oh, like my kids, well, yeah, you know, so I wanted to point that out.
That's great. Great. Dan, you were saying something?
Well, you know, Dave mentioned something important at the beginning, and I wanted to because it reminded me of a book that I'm just reading. It's called The Way of the War by Aaron McManus. And he mentioned the process. And yesterday, as I was reading to the book, it reminded me that because the book says that the power of the river is not in the water. Everybody says the water is powerful, but the power of the river is not in the water. The power of the river is that even though it encounters all kinds of challenges and turns, it always pushes forward, and it always leads to a bigger body of water. So that's the power of the process too. You know, we go through the process, and we enjoy that process because it shapes us and forms us. And as a fathers, you know, as we go through that process, we take other with us. Same thing with this business. So I just wanted to say that.
Great. That's true. That's true. Stay informed. You as a leader, stay informed, learn, develop yourself. We've all had our experiences. I can share with all my love without criticizing, but I can share with all my love my experience with my dad. My dad he did so much in his life. He never went to college. He barely finished high school. He always worked for somebody. His life was always trying to provide, but he wanted the easy way out all the time. So every time he failed, when he tried something new, he would frustrate himself, go back to a 9-to-5, which is nothing bad, but he would spend his time working and not being with his kids or with me at the time, and that's something that probably a roof and food on the table will never supplement the presence of a dad. But since that was his programming, because he wasn't interested in growing his mind and developing himself and probably giving a little bit more to learn, well, that was what he had to give. And when I started to become an entrepreneur, he didn't understand. He didn't know. So you as a father here in the industry, in the business, it's important that you develop yourself, because if you don't develop yourself, there's so much that you can provide for your network, for your team. So give yourself that intentionality. I don't know if that's a word, but be intentional into learning and developing, because the more you do, the more you can give. And the more you can give, the more success you can provide. And the more success, well, the happier we all be, like the song says, right? So thank you guys for being here. Thank you for your input. And the announcements are, get ready, here they come. So we have our next training Tuesday with none other than Omar Retamar from Jersey. We'll be learning something amazing about onboarding. So it's important for you to succeed in the business if you learn how to onboard. We have Claudia from Canada hosting the meeting. So make sure to be here next Tuesday if you want to learn how to do the business. And then next Wednesday, we have something amazing. We have a business opportunity meeting with our host, Jennifer, all the way from Orlando, our leader. And also we have testimony from Paula Lopez, and my wife, Cindy's gonna present this opportunity. As a woman, as an entrepreneur, as a professional, and as a teacher, and as an anthropologist turning into a networker, she will provide that. How does she made it from employee to entrepreneur, and how has she helped many people to become successful? So make sure to be here next week. Make sure to tell this. Make sure to do what Dave showed us in the parties. Hey, let me introduce you. Let me share with you. Hey, have you heard? Have you heard? Have you heard? Provide this information with everybody, because you have no idea how this can change lives, because this has done it for over 25 years. So thank you for being here, guys. Thank you for your time. Thank you for everything. Have an amazing rest of your evening, and we'll see each other very soon.
Good evening, everyone.
Bye, everybody. Happy Father's Day.
Happy
Father's Day, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank you.
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
Thank you. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.